What's up, folks? How y'all doing? Now, apologies for looking like a raccoon right now. I haven't been sleeping so great because I'm gonna be hitting the road, Jack. I'm gonna be flying in a few hours. So this is gonna be my last video for a few weeks. I'm not quite sure what the internet connection is gonna be like, but I am going to be kind of MIA from YouTube. I mean, again, I don't know what's going to happen over the course of the next few weeks. I figured let me make a video now, and I just want to kind of hit the ball home with this conversation. I'm just over it. I am so tired of the internet being fucktarded. But at the same time, I'm also glad that there's also the exposure to this fucktardedness. The rabbit hole that I went down, and I like to go down these rabbit holes, are the ones where you have the standalone video of a person reacting to a compilation of videos of women, why they have chosen to be child free. Now, I think some of the labels beyond that are a little bit silly. Child free by choice, or you don't hear mom saying, I'm a mother by choice. It's just kind of silly at this point, but it's just internet lingo. Like, I get it. My problem with this conversation is not because of the nuance. I think there needs to be conversation about the pros and cons on both sides here. But within this situation, within the conversation between child-free women versus mothers, my problem becomes is when we have, as adults, we have to pay taxes, we have the right to vote, we have a bank account, we choose to drive, we choose to be vegans, we choose to eat meat, we choose to do things that we want. We also choose whether or not we want to have kids. Just like we choose to have tattoos and shit. But getting back to the kids, or not having any. Funny how we make choices, right? But people never stop to think you could choose to mind your fucking business. Isn't that weird how that shit fucking goes? Like, why is someone else's decision up for everyone's judgment? You see, my problem with this conversation is not the fact that we're having it. I like the fact that women are talking about the pros and cons and why they are choosing to be moms or choosing to not be moms, and how they feel about kids, how they feel about birth, how they feel about pregnancy. I just laugh at the idea every fucking time some woman will tell me. Like, I laugh, but at the same time it's like, yeah, I don't get that feeling when it comes to pregnancy. Like, the idea of a human growing inside you is kind of like, oh, it's a miracle. It's just biology, It's, egg, sperm. Egg is the one that chooses the sperm, and blah blah blah, and everything just takes off from there. It's not like it's a mystery to any of us, but I think even just for the concept of nothing was there to now, oh shit, I fucking pushed out a child, like I pushed out a baby. And this is like a mixture of our genes here. Like, I fucking gave birth to this creature. In my mind, I romanticize about the idea of me being a mom. It's like, oh, when I'm going to give birth, I'm going to be unleashing hell on earth, because when I'm gone, my lineage and my legacy and my bloodline live on, and I want you guys to wreak havoc on this fuck, especially if you guys still want to stay in Canada. Fucking screw everybody if you want. Troll them. Have fun. Unleash what it is you gotta fucking do. But remember, liberty is what's essential here. You are free to do what you will and do what is necessary for your self-preservation. You got to do what you got to do. And if that also includes part of your self-preservation, has to do with keeping a peace of mind and being grounded and being content, Other people's opinions don't really matter. Most people's opinions, to me, they don't fucking matter. You're just another person with an asshole just like the rest of us. I mean, it may work, it may not. There's a lot of shit that's being spewed out. I know, not an original joke, but I'm stealing it anyways, because why the fuck not? My issue with this conversation has to do with the arrogance on both sides. I love that we're having a nuanced conversation. Everybody's more like, this is just me. I'm doing me, whatever. So, fuck you. I don't need your approval type of thing. We're adults here, folks, right? We make choices. Although you may look like an adult, but a lot of people on both sides act like fucking kids. You guys, a lot of yous are infantilized. A lot of yous are very immature. You're not any fucking better just because you didn't have a kid, and you're not any fucking better because you chose to have a kid. Like, who gave birth to you and decided that you're God's chosen angel over here? Like, dude, you're not fucking special. You're just like any other person on this fucking planet that is living out their existence in the way that they see fit. You're not any fucking better because you chose to not have kids or you chose to have kids. You're not special. Sorry, in my eyes, you're fucking not. Okay? It's the arrogance and women that look down upon each other's decisions just for that. I'm just like, wow, I can't roll my eyes any fucking harder. So I think at that point, it's like, you can just go fuck yourself. Okay? I haven't met a child-free woman, and I think the terminology is cringe. Again, you don't hear, I'm a mother by choice. I don't hear those terms, but obviously it's the internet. I haven't met any woman that has decided to not have kids, but there are a lot of women I know that have chosen to have kids and want to have more. Does this mean that all of us women are a monolith? No. A lot of women don't feel the same way as you do. A lot of women cringe or get scared or have very good reason or trauma as to why the idea of pregnancy is not for them. Some of you are going to turn around and say that it's a miracle and it's not that bad. It's just, listen, I have clients, female clients that come to me when they're pregnant. It's not really fucking easy. It's not easy. I mean, women, we have our periods, but that as you get older becomes something else. I don't have PCOS or whatever, PCOC, now that it's changed. I don't have that. At least for now, I'm fine. What I do know is, and I have, and it's documented, that I have fibroids outside of my fucking uterus. That I do got. And that's just because of, the unfortunate statistic that if your mom fucking has it and you have a sister, it's going to get passed down. Okay? So that will affect your health in some form, capacity. But if you're symptomatic for a long time, how the fuck are you going to figure it out, right? So you don't know until life gets in the fucking way. Does that mean I'm less of a woman for having fibroids? It actually makes me more of a fucking woman because I'm part of the fucking statistic. Okay? At least 30 to 40% of women will experience this in their reproductive years because of that direct connection. Yeah. So, I'm pretty fucking, in that womanhood doesn't take away anything from me. But, does that mean I'm going to look down upon other women for having fibroids in their in the uterine wall? No. It's dumb. It's stupid. We have a universal experience of what it's like having our periods. We get that. But at the same time, I'm not going to look down upon a woman who is deciding, what it is she's going to do with her body or not do with it. And then after this conversation, there's always a little bit more about the female identity, femininity, and then other irrelevant noise starts to get in. But the other part outside of the conversation I find very hypocritical and really lame and pathetic. And this is definitely a guilt-ridden thing because of alternative media. Have you noticed, especially Tim Pool, every time there has to do something with women that are child-free, there's always an emphasis on, let's say, a woman that regrets it. And then they're trying to sensationalize it like, yeah, you see, guys? This is what fucking happens. Okay, I mean, it's good to have that conversation, but then you get assholes like Phil Labonte, who's just gonna, like, make such a, it's a generalized declarative statement. Again, it's for the conversation, just to keep it trucking along, forgetting that nuance does exist. Not every woman feels the same way about motherhood and pregnancy like they want to keep saying that it is. Now, in terms of what's the reality versus in your anecdotally, for me, I don't have too many female friends, to be honest with you. I only have one female friend that I'm in contact with, and she is not deciding consciously she's going to be child free. I mean, she's been single for a while now. That could be up to her. She kind of wants to be spending time alone because she was in a relationship with this guy for a very long time. I don't know if she wants to get married or have kids. She's more like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, I'm not. She's kind of indifferent about it. She's very laissez-faire, my female friend, but I don't have like an exclusive group of female friends where this is like, everybody's doing the same thing, guys. Now, do I not feel within the family that a lot of my boyfriend's cousins are married and they have kids? Well, it's like, there is a little bit of that pressure because they're also Greek too. A lot of people tend to forget that starting a family is a personal matter, and for me, the idea of getting pregnant does fucking scare me. And it still does, even as I talk. Like, I never really had that innate biological desire to be a mom. Now, does the biological clock come in and say, whatever? I romanticize about the idea of being a mom, but the reality is it's a lot more sacrificial than simply just, oh yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time and energy nourishing this body and also nourishing soon to be the baby, and then after the fact. It's very draining on the mom. It is very draining for a lot of, it takes a lot. And when I'm fatigued, depending on the cycle, my monthly cycle, it's different every week. So it's like, imagine having a fucking being pregnant. But the thing is, the conversation when alternative media has to paint it like it's this one way only is very annoying to me. It's very annoying. It's beyond cringe at this point. And if some women are infertile, it's like, am I supposed to shame them? Like, well, what are we doing? Even the other thing, I heard this with the pickup artists. No hymen, no diamond. Some women aren't born with hymens. Now what? What are you going to do? Like, the innate prejudice that goes on, the prejudice that goes on is like, it's a little bit mind-numbing, and it's like I understand judgment's gonna happen, but I mean, not every judgment has to be bad. We do have to make choices in life where we have to make an informed decision and use our best judgment, but most people, despite them being older and having life experience, will still make dumb comments and make dumb decisions. And some of these women that have decided to have kids, for some reason, there's no amount of videos that Tim Pool are having at the fucking round table and are discussing, you see, here's a mom over here that regrets having kids. You're a terrible person for talking about this because your kids are going to see this one day. Well, I mean, the internet's going to be there forever, but you do realize that the social media we have now is not going to be the same thing 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Like, it's going to get buried at some point. Like, does anybody not think of that? Well, if you don't want people to see that, you shouldn't have uploaded it. But yet, it's a good thing to have a conversation. And does that mean that you're a piece of shit for talking about it? Well, I mean, it's in the eye of the beholder, to be honest with you. And yeah, it fucking sucks that if you were a child and you're hearing this, but did your parents, hopefully did their best to take care of you, to cultivate your independence, to help you out until you're able to do your own thing. Because to me, despite how they feel, they still did what they had to fucking do. And yet, they're getting a finger wagging. Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody ever talks about how there are some child-free women that do regret it. Some of them don't. Some of them flat out, oh, but you're coping. Well, how do you know? Are you in their head? Are you in their fucking head? How do you know that that is not just another way to, propagandize this whole statistic of women by the age of 40 or something, like in 2030, a good amount of women are going to be single and child free. Because you're seeing all these trends right now, especially that's being, at least in my opinion, probably being a little bit exacerbated to really push this point home. And then you have China that are mocking and making really stupid decisions, like calling women that are this age like leftovers. Not a good idea. The 4B movement, all that shit. Whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, so I'm going to live in a country that decided that killing off little girls was a good idea. But now the statistics are coming out and have shown that the one-child policy was a really stupid idea because, we need to control the population. We're communists. We like to try to control the outcome and all that shit. So now we're pretty much outnumbered of the amount of boys and have less girls. Okay, so what's China gonna do? Well, we're gonna start shaming you guys into getting married and having kids so we could start once again bring the pendulum to the other side, or taxing you if you're single. And don't be surprised if little echoes like that come to your fucking country. Guys, it's cringe. It's very fucking cringe. It's like, and then Chinese women are like, "Okay, like you guys don't like my fucking existence, and now you're still gonna control my existence until the day I'm dead. You guys can all go eat a dick." And that's why I'm like, if you guys are gonna collapse your fucking society because you're telling them to go fuck themselves, and this is how the government treats you, like, why the fuck do I want to be in a society and in a fucking place where the government has been demeaning me all my fucking life? You think I want to contribute to that? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And I think a lot of people feel that way for different reasons. But in terms of this conversation being a lot more complex and complicated, yeah, I don't really know how to solve the whole the birth rate going down. I really don't know. I really don't. But I would just say let things take their natural course, and then it's going to self-correct eventually. It's going to regulate itself. But in terms of, this infighting, you make all these decisions as adults, and you can't learn to mind your business. This is where I say your arrogance is going to kick you in your ass. Again, the self-regulation is going to take care of itself. So will the self-destruction too. And in terms of alternative media sensationalizing one side of the conversation, guys, shut up. We're done. We see through you. We're done here. Okay. Live and let live and let die. That's my motto. Peace out.